Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here today. I'm honored to speak with you about a topic that's close to my heart. Never stop fighting. Now, when I say fighting, I don't mean physical combat. I'm talking about the fight for your dreams, your goals, and the life you truly desire. You see, life is a constant battle. It's a battle against mediocrity, against complacency, and against the forces that want to keep you exactly where you are. But here's the thing. The moment you stop fighting is the moment you start, not physically, perhaps, but spiritually and emotionally. Let me ask you this. Have you ever met someone who's given up on their dreams? Someone who's settled for less than they're capable of? It's a sad sight, isn't it? The light goes out of their eyes. They move through life like zombies, just going through the motions. That's what happens when you stop fighting. But that's not you, is it? No, you're here today because there's a fire in your belly. You know you're capable of more. You know you have greatness within you. And you're right, but here's the catch. That greatness won't manifest itself. You've got to fight for it. Now, some of you might be thinking, but Jim, fighting is hard. It's exhausting. Wouldn't it be easier to just accept things as they are? And you're right, it would be easier. But let me tell you something. Easy is a poor trade for a life of excellence. Think about it. Everything worthwhile in life requires a fight. Want a great relationship? You've got to fight for it. Want a successful career? You've got to fight for it. Want good health, financial independence, personal growth? You've got to fight for all of it. But here's the good news. The fight is worth it, because on the other side of that fight is everything you've ever dreamed of. On the other side of that fight is the life you were meant to live. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, but Jim, I've been fighting for so long. I'm tired. I don't know if I can keep going. And to you, I say this, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Because quitting is final, but fatigue is temporary. You see, the fight isn't always going to be easy. There will be days when you feel like you're making no progress, days when it seems like the whole world is against you. But those are the days that define you. Those are the days when champions are made. I want you to think about a boxer for a moment. A boxer doesn't become a champion by avoiding punches. No, a champion is made by taking those punches and keeping on fighting. And that's exactly what you need to do in life. When life knocks you down, and it will, you've got to get back up. When obstacles appear in your path, and they will, you've got to find a way around them, over them, or through them. When doubt creeps in, and it will, you've got to fight it with everything you've got. Because here's the truth. The size of your success is determined by the size of your fight. The bigger your dreams, the bigger the fight. But isn't that exciting? Isn't it thrilling to know that you have the power to shape your destiny through your willingness to fight? Now, let's talk about what it means to fight. Fighting isn't about aggression or violence. It's about persistence. It's about resilience. It's about refusing to give up no matter what. Think about water for a moment. Water is soft, gentle, even. But given enough time, water can carve through solid rock. Why? Because it never stops. It keeps flowing, keeps pushing day after day, year after year. That's the kind of fight I'm talking about. The kind of fight that wears down obstacles through sheer persistence. And here's something else to remember. The fight isn't always external. Often the biggest battles we face are internal. We fight against our own doubts, our own fears, our own limiting beliefs. And let me tell you, those are some of the toughest fights you'll ever face. But they're also the most important, because once you win the battle within yourself, the external battles become much easier. Once you conquer your own doubts and fears, you become unstoppable. So how do you fight these internal battles? It starts with your mindset. You've got to believe in yourself. You've got to believe in your dreams, because if you don't believe in yourself, who will? I want you to do something for me right now. I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine your ideal life. What does it look like? How does it feel? Got it. Good. Now open your eyes. That life you just imagined, it's possible, but you've got to fight for it. You see, that's the thing about fighting for your dreams. It's not just about the end result. It's about who you become in the process. The fight itself transforms you. It makes you stronger, more resilient, more capable. Think about it. Every time you push through a difficult situation, you grow. Every time you overcome an obstacle, you become more confident. Every time you face a fear, you become braver. The fight itself is making you into the person who's capable of living that ideal life you just imagined. Now, I know some of you are thinking, but Jim, what if I fight and fail? And to that, I say, so what if you fail? Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of success. Every successful person you admire has failed countless times. The difference is they never stop fighting. You see, failure is just feedback. It's information. It tells you what doesn't work so you can figure out what does. If you're not failing, you're not pushing yourself hard enough, you're not fighting hard enough. I want you to make failure your friend. Embrace it, learn from it, but never, ever let it stop you. Because the only real failure in life is giving up. Now let's talk about motivation for a moment. A lot of people think they need to feel motivated to keep fighting, but here's the truth. Motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. You can't rely on motivation to keep you going. What you need is discipline. Discipline is what gets you up early in the morning to work on your goals, even when you don't feel like it. Discipline is what keeps you going when motivation has long since faded. Discipline is what wins the fight when motivation taps out. So how do you develop discipline? One day at a time, one choice at a time. Every time you choose to do what's right instead of what's easy, you're building discipline. Every time you choose to keep fighting when you feel like giving up, you're building discipline. And here's the beautiful thing about discipline. It compounds. Just like interest in a bank account, discipline grows over time. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes, and before you know it, you've become unstoppable. Now, I want to talk about something that's crucial in this fight. Your environment, you see, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So I want to ask you, who are you surrounding yourself with? Are they fighters? Are they dreamers? Are they people who push you to be better? If not, it's time to make some changes. Because let me tell you, it's hard enough to keep fighting when you're surrounded by supportive people. It's nearly impossible when you're surrounded by negative, cynical people who try to drag you down to their level. So choose your companions wisely. Surround yourself with people who inspire you, who challenge you, who make you want to be better. Because in the fight for your dreams, you need all the allies you can get. And speaking of allies, let's talk about mentors. You see, one of the best ways to never stop fighting is to learn from those who fought similar battles before you. Find mentors. Study successful people. Learn from their victories and their mistakes. Because here's the thing. Success leaves clues. The fights you're facing, someone has faced them before. The obstacles in your path, someone has overcome them before. By learning from others, you can fight smarter, not just harder. Now, I want to address something important. When I say never stop fighting, I don't mean you should never rest. Rest is crucial. You need to recharge your batteries. You need to take care of yourself. Because if you burn out, you can't keep fighting. Think of it like a marathon, not a sprint. Pace yourself. Take breaks when you need to. But never, ever quit. Because the moment you quit is the moment you lose the fight for good. And remember, the fight isn't always going to be intense. Sometimes fighting means showing up day after day, putting in the work even when it feels mundane. It's about consistency. It's about the small actions that compound over time to create massive results. You see, that's the secret that most people miss. They think success comes from occasional heroic efforts. But the truth is, success comes from daily disciplines repeated over time. It's not about fighting one big battle. It's about winning the small battles day after day after day. So I want you to commit to this fight, not just today, not just tomorrow, but for the long haul. Because the life you want, the life you deserve, it's waiting for you. But you've got to fight for it. Now, let's talk about fear for a moment. Fear is one of the biggest enemies you'll face in this fight. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of the unknown, Fear can paralyze you if you let it. But here's the thing. Fear is just false evidence appearing. Most of the things we fear never come to pass. And even if they do, they're rarely as bad as we imagined. So don't let fear stop you from fighting. Feel the fear and fight anyway. Because on the other side of fear is everything you've ever wanted. And remember, courage isn't the absence of fear. Courage is feeling the fear and taking action anyway. So be courageous. Keep fighting, even when you're scared, especially when you're scared, because that's when you grow the most. Now, I want to talk about something that's crucial in this fight, your attitude. You see, your attitude determines your altitude. A positive attitude won't solve all your problems, but it will annoy enough people to make it worth the effort. Seriously, though, your attitude is everything. It's the lens through which you view the world. And if you have a positive attitude, a fighter's attitude, you'll see opportunities where others see obstacles. You'll see challenges where others see problems. So cultivate a positive attitude. Choose to be optimistic. Choose to see the good in every situation. Because let me tell you, the fight is a lot easier when you approach it with a positive attitude. And speaking of attitude, let's talk about gratitude. Gratitude is one of the most powerful weapons you have in this fight. Because when you're grateful, you can't be defeated. When you're focused on what you have rather than what you lack, you become unstoppable. So every day, take a moment to be grateful. Grateful for the opportunities you have. Grateful for the challenges that make you stronger. Grateful for the fight itself because it's making you into the person you're meant to be. Now, I want to address something important. When you're in the midst of the fight, it's easy to get tunnel vision. It's easy to become so focused on your goals that you forget about the journey. But here's the thing. The journey is just as important as the destination. You see, life isn't about reaching a final destination. It's about growth. It's about becoming. And that happens during the fight, not after it. So learn to enjoy the process. Learn to love the fight itself. Because here's the truth. Once you reach one goal, you'll set another. Once you overcome one challenge, another will appear. The fight never really ends. And that's a good thing, because it means you're always growing, always improving, always becoming more than you were before. So embrace the fight. Love the fight. Because the fight is where life happens. The fight is where you discover who you really are and what you're truly capable of. Now, let's talk about persistence. Persistence is what separates the winners from the losers. It's what determines whether you succeed or fail. Because here's the thing, most people give up right before they're about to break through. Think about that for a moment. How many times have you been on the verge of success but gave up because you couldn't see the light at the end of the tunnel? How many times have you stopped fighting just before victory was within your grasp? That's why you must never stop fighting, because you never know when your breakthrough is coming. It could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be your very next attempt. But if you give up, you'll never know. So persist, keep pushing, keep fighting, even when it seems hopeless, even when you can't see any progress, because persistence is often the only difference between failure and success. And remember, persistence doesn't mean doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That's insanity. Persistence means trying different approaches, learning from your mistakes, and never giving up on your ultimate goal. Now, I want to talk about something that's crucial in this fight. Continuous learning. You see, the world is constantly changing, and if you're not growing, you're falling behind. So make a commitment to lifelong learning. Read books, attend seminars, seek out new experiences, because the more you learn, the more tools you have in your arsenal. The more you learn, the better equipped you are to fight for your dreams. And here's the beautiful thing about learning. It compounds. Everything you learn connects with everything else, creating new insights, new ideas, new possibilities. So never stop learning. Never stop growing, because that's how you stay ahead in the fight. Now, let's talk about action. Knowledge is power, but only when it's applied. You can know everything there is to know about fighting for your dreams. But if you don't take action, it's all worthless. So don't just be a dreamer, be a doer. Take action every single day towards your goals, even if it's just a small step, because small steps taken consistently lead to big results. And remember, imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. Don't wait until conditions are perfect to start fighting for your dreams. They never will be. Start now with what you have where you are. Now, I want to address something that's crucial in this fight: self-belief. You see, if you don't believe in yourself, you've already lost the fight. Your belief in yourself is like the fuel that keeps you going when things get tough. So cultivate self-belief. Remind yourself daily of your worth, your capabilities, your potential. Because if you believe in yourself, truly believe in yourself, you become unstoppable. And here's the thing: self-belief isn't about arrogance. It's not about thinking you're better than everyone else. It's about knowing your worth. It's about understanding your potential. It's about believing that you have what it takes to achieve your dreams. So believe in yourself, believe in your dreams, believe in your ability to keep fighting no matter what. Because when you believe, you achieve. Now let's talk about resilience. Resilience is your ability to bounce back from setbacks. And let me tell you, in the fight for your dreams, you're going to face setbacks. You're going to get knocked down. But resilience is what allows you to get back up and keep fighting. So how do you develop resilience? Through experience, through facing challenges and overcoming them, through getting knocked down and getting back up again and again and again. And here's the beautiful thing about resilience. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. Each setback you overcome makes you more resilient, more capable of handling the next challenge. So don't shy away from challenges. Don't avoid difficult situations. Embrace them, because each challenge you face, each obstacle you overcome is making you stronger, more resilient, more capable of winning the fight for your dream. Now I want to talk about something that's often overlooked in the fight for success. Balance, you see. The fight for your dreams shouldn't come at the expense of everything else in your life. You need balance. Take care of your health. Nurture your relationships. Make time for rest and relaxation, because if you burn out, you can't keep fighting. If you neglect your health, your relationships, your well-being, you're setting yourself up for failure in the long run. So find balance. Fight hard, but also take care of yourself, because the fight for your dreams is a marathon, not a sprint, and you need to be in it for the long haul. Now let's talk about passion. Passion is what gives you the energy to keep fighting when things get tough. It's what gets you out of bed in the morning excited to face the day. It's what keeps you going when everyone else has given up. So find your passion. Connect with why you're fighting, because when you're passionate about what you're fighting for, the fight itself becomes enjoyable. It becomes something you look forward to rather than something you dread. And remember, passion isn't just about what you love. It's about what you're willing to suffer for. It's about what you're willing to sacrifice for. Because anything worth having is worth fighting for. Now I want to address something important: the power of focus. You see, in the fight for your dreams, there are countless distractions, countless things vying for your attention. And if you're not careful, these distractions can derail your efforts. So learn to focus. Learn to concentrate your efforts on what truly matters, because a scattered effort leads to scattered results, but a focused effort can move mountains. And remember, focus isn't about doing more things. It's about doing fewer things better. It's about identifying what's truly important and giving it your full attention. So focus on your priorities. Focus on what moves you closer to your goals. Because in the fight for your dreams, focus is your secret weapon. Now, as we near the end of our time together, I want to remind you of something crucial. The fight never truly ends. Even when you achieve your current goals, there will always be new horizons to explore, new challenges to overcome, new dreams to fight for. And that's a beautiful thing. It means you'll always have the opportunity to grow, to improve, to become more than you are today. But remember, the goal isn't just to fight. The goal is to win, to achieve your dreams, to create the life you desire and deserve. So fight smart, learn from your experiences, adapt your strategies, and never ever give up, because the moment you give up is the moment you lose for good. I want you to leave here today with this thought. You are a fighter. You have within you everything you need to achieve your dreams. The strength, the courage, the resilience, it's all there. Your job is to bring it out, to nurture it, to use it. So go out there and fight. Fight for your dreams. Fight for the life you want. Fight with everything you've got. And remember, in the grand battle of life, it's not about how many times you get knocked down. It's about how many times you get back up. So keep getting up. Keep fighting. Never stop fighting, because on the other side of that fight is everything you've ever wanted. Thank you.